Hello my materialistic minions, today we are going to mount a TV. What's unique about this mount is that it gets the TV 1 inch away from the wall. My wife doesn't want this giant TV jutting out. And before we hop into this, I need to tell you guys right now that the included bubble, you should throw it away. This probably cost them about 10 cents. And yet it's not quite accurate. I'm gonna show you guys. So we're gonna pop that guy on there. And if you look closely, we are a little off. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our expensive level on here and pop that on. And that is dead on. So right now, before you even start this installation, which by the way, the bracket itself is awesome, but throw that little bubble in the trash. Oh, this is so incredibly old-fashioned to have some sort of entertainment center like this. Who has anything like this after all? I've got my Roku soundbar, which is effectively the Roku, in my soundbar, so we're gonna mount this thing here with this. So we're gonna go through step by step, starting first with what it looks like when you get this in the mail. We're gonna go ahead and take everything out. We're gonna play with all sorts of implements of destruction. We're gonna mount this thing on the wall and see if we can free up some space in our living room. The first thing that you're gonna want to do is if you have a sound bar, go ahead and mount that. Now this bracket right here is another universal bracket of which I created an additional video review for, but you don't care about that. You wanna know how we go about installing these guys so that we can get this TV just 1 inch away from our wall. Now forewarning, you're gonna have to be a little Sherlock Holmesy. So in this particular case, it took me a little while to find one of the bolts of which is included. They have a whole smorgasbord of different options, but this worked. I found that the little guy right here didn't actually fit inside the little indentation and it wouldn't actually reach it. So here's what I had to do. That's okay if you get a long one, just be sure you use one of the included shims to thread through there and then all the way in. You can see that I've already put it in like so. Let's go ahead and put this guy in like that, and then we're gonna slide it in like so. Also, forewarning, be very, very careful if you have a drill, because the last thing you want to do is take this guy and drill a bolt all the way through your TV face. Who would do that? So now that that's in right there, I'm gonna hand tighten it more later, but the previous test that I showed you, we're gonna take this and we're just gonna slide it over like so and make sure that that actually seats below the bracket. You don't want it above or else it'll get in the way. All right, sounds good. Now that we've done this side, we're gonna switch over and do this side. Then go ahead and sit on your couch and get little pieces of tape and mark out about where you want your TV to go. Then we're gonna go along and try to find the studs wherever they are. Unfortunately, my wife is at work right now, so we're gonna have to use this stud finder. So we have a stud going along there. We've marked a mark, and then we have another stud going along here, marked another mark, and then another stud going along here. Now, of course, you only need 2 studs, but just for good measure, I marked out 3 little spots. What you're gonna want to do with this bracket is you're gonna want to overhang or overlap rather 2 different studs. So we're probably gonna do this one and then we're also going to do this one right here. So that one, and if in fact we need to shift over to the left, we can do that as well, like so, as long as you are overlapping 2 studs. Now you can try to pop these in with a ratchet, but if you have a 1/2 incher, it works much, much easier. Alrighty, I have just finished threading the cables through the wall. This little dangling cable is just an additional HDMI cable. It's always a good idea to have an additional cable before you mount anything. Just throw one into the back just so that on the off chance someone comes over with their laptop or their Wii gaming system or their PS10 or whatever number they're on right now as of the watching of this video, but it's just a good idea to have something dangling right there just in case you want to use it. And then pretty much everything else you just tuck under there and we are good to go. Doesn't it look absolutely beautiful? And now I'm gonna throw away this entertainment system because that is just a thing of the past. Beautiful, 5 out of 5 stars. That's it, hopefully this helps. Catch you later, guys.